This outdoor bib tap here is leaking. Look how bad this is. I'm getting absolutely soaked. And this is a huge problem that we have in the UK. So I'm gonna take out this bib tap and I wish I could replace it for one just like this one here that Max and I accidentally filmed the start of in slow motion. I don't know why, but that doesn't matter. These things are beautiful, they're amazing, and I can't wait to show you how to fit it. So let's go. So here's where we're gonna be installing our new outdoor tap. So we're going to be drilling straight through here, and I just want to show you what we've got inside. Something you need to consider when you're doing this is it's easy to get to hot or cold water. The customer on this job wants us to put a pre-mixed hot and cold feed to it. So we will be putting a thermostatic valve on this job as well, which will look very, very nice. But the main thing you want to look at is say, right, under here we've got hot and cold going in, and we need to find a way of getting into that, running those outside, so we can connect them up. So this is going to be coming out in a minute. But also while we're here, I want you to have a look at the actual tap valve that we're installing. There is a slight kind of downward run on this going back into the wall, but we've got this lovely faceplate on here. If we've got a flat wall like this, it's actually going upwards. This is really important for these. So when we take out or turn this off, water automatically drains out of this small piece at the bottom and makes sure that we don't get any freezing problems. The other good thing about these is that they're really, really easy to switch on and off. That's on now and that's off, okay? So you can plug in your main accessory, which is the one that comes with this particular product, but also you can get ones that have got like taps on them, on and off little twiddly valves and stuff like that as well. The first bit of this job is going to be pulling this lot out, getting our pilot wall outside so we know where we are, and then I'll show you what is probably the most difficult part of this job, is getting these two bits installed all the way down nice and safely. Let's go. How'd you open it? Yeah, oh there. Oh. I don't want to smell them or smell your lovely balls, Phil. Right, come on, Max, give us a hand. Ain't no way I'm getting this out on my own. No, it's got a lot of ballast in it. Honestly, Max, you want me to do that?
Hey, I'm strong, mate. You want a bit?
Oh, okay. Oh, he's a strong boy. He's a strong boy. Right, just pop this down. Right, Phil's already hoovering. First up, I'm going to pop a little pilot hole through, just so we know exactly where we're going. It's not an especially hard job, but it's something you need to think about, is when you are going to be drilling, basically drilling the hole. Normally for this sort of thing, I would drill a pilot hole, and normally I would go outside in, because that's generally the easiest way to drill a nice neat hole from the outside where you don't blow the face of a brick, because generally inside it doesn't really matter where the pipe's coming out of. But we need to be able to leave enough room under here for whatever's going to live under here to go back in. So at the moment we've got a washer dryer, but there might well be a fridge going here or something like that. So I could measure it and drill outside in, or I can do inside out and possibly blow the face of a brick off. It's almost a coin toss, really. I think I'm going to try to go outside in, because it's worked before, hasn't it, Max? Max is nodding. It doesn't come over well on camera, but oh, there we go. Right, let's do it. The face of this wall is the same, pretty much the same as the face of that wall. So what we do is we get our tape out, we measure to the back, okay? We come back about 15, 20 mil, or you can just do it on inches, so 20. So what we'll do actually, we'll do 720, 702, that one there. You can mark it if you like, if you're not happy. 720, okay? Height-wise, it'd be quite easy for me to see the height because we can actually just see it here. Probably we'll choose this course here to put it in on, okay? Because these have a slight upward drill hole that I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. So we need to make sure that when we're drilling up like that, we leave ourselves enough room in there to account for that gradient, all right? Come back this way, 720. That's just there, like so. So that's where we're going to drill. This piece is completely flat. Hopefully you can see that we've got this slight upward trajectory of the pipe going through the wall. When we take out whatever we've got, whatever service we've got outside, this slope out will allow the water to drain out of here down onto the floor, which means it will not freeze inside here and you won't have any burst pipes. I literally had one burst a couple of days ago because it's obviously been so cold. It's quite easy to sort of eye this sort of work, but really you want to find a way of being able to do it that's a little bit more reliable. The way I would recommend, that I've just figured out myself, is to grab yourself a set square like this, put the flat plate on here, and from there, you can pop your square on. I'll do it your way so you can see it. So we've got our flat plate there. We're pushing all this together so it's going to be how it's installed. And you can probably see we've got about a 5-degree lift up like that. And that means we know then that when we get our drill bit and we're about ready to go, we can use this to get that 5-degree slope up through the wall. Also, it's very important to know whether you're going like that in or out of the hole on one of these products, because if they're slightly out, your plate will be out and it just won't look very nice when it's finished. There's our mark, our drill mark. If you look there, you can see our laser is exact on there, okay? And that means in a minute, when I'm drilling, I can do the same with my drill bit and just have a look under there and just make sure that that is all lit up underneath the drill bit and you're pretty much going through square. So very quickly, I'm just gonna start a tiny little hole off. Now we wanna get that upward trajectory. All I need to do is, so we're there, down to about there. That's our bit, and I'm just gonna bring this around so I can see the light underneath. Before I continue with this video, I just want to tell you all about HelloFresh, everybody. I've been using HelloFresh for years and I was very, very happy when they actually approached me and said, James, we love your channel, we love your viewers, we think they'll be interested in some HelloFresh. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of the daily routine of choosing what to have that week for dinner, with easy step-by-step recipes and all the ingredients you need to create a memorable, tasty meal. They're budget-friendly, starting at just £3.15 per serving, and it solves that craving for variety and the feeling of being uninspired in your kitchen. I'm cooking the seared lamb steak and red wine jus with dauphinoise potatoes, asparagus and garlicky green beans. HelloFresh send all the ingredients out for me to make this amazing meal. And would you believe it, after 45 minutes of reading the instructions for once, I actually have created a delicious meal for my wife and my son. And you can get 50% off your first box plus 20% off for the next 2 months and free dessert for life by using the unique link below or the unique code PLUMBER50, all in caps. So there you go, gang. Check out HelloFresh. It really actually helps the channel when you guys check out some of the people who sponsor us. Please go and do that. Use the code. Hopefully you've watched this and you'll remember, HelloFresh, saw them on Plumber Parts. I'll check them out. Anyway, back on with the video. Ha There we go. And then kind of once you started, your drill will just carry you up. Did you hear what I said there? All right.
Right in the corner, sir.
Just where you want your clearance kick to go in rugby. Now it's time for us to. It says do a 38mm hole, but we'll have a look. Yeah, that'll go through. But this is UK 1.5 inches here.
Right.
That is not 39mm. I'll tell you that now. That's 50 odd. That's 38mm. So I'm much happier going with that and keeping it tight. So I'm now going to put in a 38mm Jeremy Corbett all the way up through our pilot hole, just through there. So we've got our pilot already. So that will guide us exactly where we need to go along the gradient that we need to be. Okay. Be very careful getting this out. So we can pop this in here like so, and then all we need to do is get our 1.25 inch core bit and just core bit a hole just below this one, and that will account for this bottom piece we got here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to mark the bottom of it, just so I know that I'm actually taking that out exactly as far as I want to go. All right, but we only need to do this bit for this depth here, okay? So, you know, a couple of inches. You don't have to go all the way through the wall, all right? Might have to take a little bit more out, but we will see. A little bit more out, typical. So we've cut out that smaller bottom bit that will take this. After a couple of little works around with the chisel, you're all ready to go for this next stage, which is marking our holes for this. Now, I just recommend, if you haven't got a laser level with you, get yourself a little level. I've got one in the back of the van. Mark our holes, and then take this off and make sure you can see them nicely. Oh, I just spat all over my tools. Right, I'm going to pop a small stub of 15mm, but I'm just going to slightly set it out a bit because I know we're going to have to do that in here. Tell you what though, have you seen these new benders I've got? New benders, look at those babies. I'm just going to pop a small set on this, just because our hole going to the wall is so close to the back. It's just to make life easier. It's not really a part of the install. But yeah, I love these new benders. It's a bit too far of a set, I'm sorry. Rather than use this piece, and I'll have that in my box forever to use on something else, we'll do a bit where we just set that down like that and run straight through the back. Yeah. Right, I'll pop some plugs in here. Also, because this place is a new build, this brick is sticking out slightly on the wonk, so I've just shaved it back a bit with my lovely little grinder here. Yeah, and that's sorted it out. So now we can actually get this in and installed, but as before I just get all this tightened up and done, I'm going to get myself a lovely little bit of X-Pro Brilliant 365, and we're just going to run it around the inside of this hole here, well on the inside, so when we do our squeeze out.
Where we stumbled around, trying to find or be found.
Right, so we've got a lovely bit of silicone around there. This is all stuck on now. You get a few screws. We've got 4 screws. The 2 long ones go in at the top on this long side, and obviously the 2 short ones on at the bottom, like that. And just as a little bit of belt and braces, just going to pop a little bit of expanding foam around there. Lovely bit of kit, isn't it? So now what we've got to do, we're going to get our single feed pipe up there, and then inside this cupboard here, we're going to pipe up this little bit. Now you don't need to install these on this. Most of the time people just have cold outside, but Phil, our customer, cares a lot about his cars, and he wants this to be, what was it, 32.5 degrees, Phil, outside? There we go. That's what we're going to use this. This is just a thermostatic mixing valve. We're going to put the hot in one side, the cold in the other, and then we've got the mixed out that will go to our outside tap. So I'm going to pipe that up now. This is pipe work. If you don't know how to do this, I have done a very helpful online course called learnplumbingonline.com with loads of 5-star reviews now, very recent. The cost of you to do that one course will cover the cost of a leak that you fix in no time. Check it out. See, just building it up now, you see, do it out and about rather than in tied up in trouble. Right, so that's the water off. We're now just about to do our final connections. Let's make sure that you dissipate all the pressure in the pipe work. And dance. It'll all be great, put your picture on my wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad, it's not so bad. I've got to cut this pipe here. It's too close to this non-return valve here, and I can't fit my pipe slice in. So it's a great time for me, with something that's only got like a nice sort of 12mm throw, I can now get in there and cut that with this without having to use a hacksaw, without wrecking my fingers and all the rest of it. So, right then, so pipe work's done. Oh no! Look, I haven't put the bloody bucket under here, have I? Make sure when you take the trap out to turn that on again. Oh, damn. Oh well. Right, I'm gonna just put the trap back in quickly. So we've now got everything all done inside. This is on and it is lovely and warm. We just tested it. So now we've got these two here. This is an extra. So we've got a nice little valve on here, and how they work, they just quarter turn in and that's it, the water's on. And then when you take it out, it will let the water out of this bit here, and that'll be the water that doesn't leak and it doesn't freeze when everything gets cold. As you know, we've also got a nice little bit of hot coming into this as well. So I'll show you with my thermal camera in a minute, that getting warm, but this is how it goes in. So I'm just going to pop this in here like that, and that's it, all done up. And then look at that. So this lets a little bit out until that seals up, and there we go, all good. When you're finished with it, spin it out and you'll see a little bit of water will come out here, and that's letting all the water out that could freeze. Pop that over the top like that, and boom, you're all done. So you can see we've already got a nice little bit of hot water coming out here already, but let's flick this open, and then look at this, nice hot water coming out. Look at that, beautiful. Actually looks a little bit naughty, doesn't it? It looks like... See that? Oh God, I really want one of these at my own house now, because my bib tap froze a couple of weeks ago, so I might have to get one of these. Really, really, really like it. If you want to get one of these, click on the link below. If we found them, they'll also be in our Amazon store as well. And if you've got any more questions, pop them in the comments below and we'll see if we can answer them. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video.